Hello everyone. In today's class, we are going to discuss about data. Data, as we know, it's a crucial thing to perform any kind of task, whether you are dealing with analysis, whether you are dealing with any machine learning, deep learning, or whatever be the task. Data is everything in this field. That's why we say data science. And in the previous discussion, introductory class, I told we have to explore data. So, exploration of data means you understand the data thoroughly. Okay, then only we can perform any kind of analysis or synthesis over data. Without that, we can't do anything. So, data is a crucial component in this field. Okay, so data is a raw fact and figure. That means anything which has been written or in a format, file, it can be anything. For example, you are having right now, I'm showing you a document. Okay, so this is also a data. I can record, I can prepare a record, save some entries in an Excel file, data. I can have images, data. I can have audio file, video file, data. So in this world, data currently is behaving like a treasure. Why? Because we all are connected and we are performing communication, and everything is being done over the communication only. Okay, because of this reason only, because of this reason only, the concept of AI is not new, as I told in the previous session only. It's old, but because of this data, now it has came into a passion, artificial intelligence. Why? Because we want to do something over data. Okay, we want to extract the insights from the data. We want to understand the pattern in the data. We want to identify the links in the data. That means ultimately you need to process data to gather the information, and you need to perform something over that information to generate results, to make a decision, to make a prediction, to make classification. So, sir, how we can do? What's the way we can do all these tasks over data? We can do with the help of your AI, machine learning, deep learning, data science. With the help of this, we can perform these tasks, relevant tasks, which we want to do over the data. Okay, so as I told, data can be in a scribbled format, anything. Okay, and the first step of machine learning is data collection only. You have to collect the data, then you have to pre-process the data. That means you need to make the refinements over the data because it's in a raw format. Okay, so there are various sources from which you are going to collect the data. Okay, whatever your the problem statement is, accordingly you are going to collect the data from the various sources. Okay, and then you have to do the further steps over the data. Okay, now the point is, data can be labeled and data can be unlabeled. Okay, that's what I have mentioned here. Data can be labeled and unlabeled. What do you mean by labeled data? See, data can be structured, unstructured. Data can be labeled, data can be unlabeled. If we have organized data in a form of a table, we say it's a structured data. And if it is not been organized in a tabular format, then it is unstructured. If there is some structure of the data, we are saying, sir, we have saved the details in row and column format, we have made a table, that means it's a structured data. And if you are not organizing the data in a form of this row and table format, then it is unstructured. You can make a graphical representation, you can make a tree like structure, you can represent data in various forms. Okay, according to that, we say the data is structured or data is unstructured. Now, I am talking labeled and unlabeled data. A data is said to be labeled if it is annotated with some value, and if it is not annotated, then it is said to be unlabeled data. I need to tag a data. This tagging is said to be labeled data. For example, now we perform supervised machine learning. There we are having a target. Okay, we are having a target that is labeled data. Okay, we know what to achieve. Your target is available there. Then it's a labeled data. And if we don't have labels, we have only features, and there are the values present in those features, then it is unlabeled data. We don't know the target. Okay, so labeled data is a target variable, and unlabeled data with data without any target. Okay, so these things we see in supervised and unsupervised machine learning. Okay, we'll explore more about it in that case. Okay, then the next comes about division of the data. Okay, before that, there are many things I need to talk about the data, many things. Okay, before division, there are many things to be talked. Let me share my complete screen and let's have further more discussion about the data. And it's very much important for everyone to understand about this data thing, because as per my previous class, only I told a person who understand the data is scientist. If you understand this thing, then only you can do any task. Without that, nothing can be done. So I told that you are having data. Data is a raw facts and figure. We need to collect data from various sources according to our problem statement. Data can be in any format. It can be in a structured format, it can be in an unstructured format. Okay, you can have data in any format. Okay, I need to organize it in a format by which I can do some analysis over it. तो तभी हम कहते हैं, we say the data is in a raw format, you kindly organize it, convert it into some format with over which you can do some analysis यदि possible हो जाए. Okay, फिर for example आपने उसको organize, you did organized the data, and for example you have organized the data in a structured format. Okay, you have prepared a document, an Excel sheet of the data, you have organized in row column format. कर लिया आपने सर. Okay, you did that. अब they said इसका भी you are having two types. One is labeled and next one is unlabeled. Okay, unlabeled data. Labeled data is the data which is having target. Okay, that means you are having a feature present in a data, a variable present in a data which is a target variable. This is what you have to achieve. That is target variable, something which we have to achieve. See, we are having all the variables. present in our data. Okay, and we say them in a form of x and y. This is how we say. Okay, x is independent variable and y is dependent variable. This is how we mathematically represent features in data. Okay, that means capital X represents the features which are independent. Okay, and small y represent a feature which is dependent on X. In this way we can have a labeled data. For example, if you are having a data of house price, so you will say these features will represent the house dimensions. For example, how much square feet, how number of balcony, number of rooms, floors, etc., etc. They are represented by these features. We say them X. And target will be Y, that will represent the price of the house. What is the cost of the house? So this is a labeled data. We can have one more thing. We can have a data in this format also. For example, we are having a problem statement related to Titanic survival. So we are having the details of all passengers. They will represent capital X. And Y will be the target, whether they survived or not survived. We'll say yes or no. Y and N. Okay. So this is also labeled data. Why? Because you are available with the target. But in case if you are not available with the target, you are only available with the features without any target feature or variable, then it is said to be unlabeled data. Also, here labeled means I'm annotating the object with some name. For example, this is circle, this is triangle, this is square. These are mathematical figures. If I annotate them, it's a labeled data. If I don't annotate any object with a name, then it is unlabeled data. There is no labeling in it. Okay, we do perform analysis over such kind of data in machine learning, in data science. We will be available with an Excel sheet over the records are present. We will be available with the target if it is supervised or it is labeled. If it is not been available, then it is unlabeled or we have to perform unsupervised. That I will explain ahead. So these are the type of data, labeled and unlabeled. But still the things are not finished. We need to go in depth of the data. अभी तो सर you told the type क्या होता है, लेकिन let us talk about the entries which are present in it, जो कि बहुत important है. It's very much important. Entries which are present in the Excel sheet. If you are managing a record, if you are managing a data, ये आपने बनाया, you have created this thing. This is the record you have created. Okay, obviously, if you are going to do any project, you will be available with the data. You will be having a record in which you will be available with different features. So these are the features which are present in the data. You can say them column, you can say them feature, you can say them dimension. All are having the same meaning. For example, I am having 10 features, so we will say 10 columns, 10 feature, 10 dimension. Okay, fine. And here are the entries. Okay, values which are present for these dimensions. Now, sir, this is data. We are having record in Excel format. Okay. सर व्हाट टू बी डन नेक्स्ट, क्या होता है इसके अंदर, व्हाट इज देयर? तो in this record what we can see, the entries could be numerical entries and non-numerical entries. Non-numerical. Non-numerical means, sir, there could be a text present here in the data. Okay, we can have, no, obviously if we are be the part of academics, we are be the part of the industry, you know, obviously you create such kind of sheets, आप prepare करते हैं, you maintain that also. Okay, तो दो टाइप का एंट्री you are having in the record. In numerical, you can have further two classification. You can have discrete values, you can have continuous values. Two types of numerical values you can record in the data, discrete and continuous. And in non-numerical or text, again you can have two types of entries here also. One is categorical, another is non-categorical. Okay, these kind of two entries you can prepare in your data sheet. Now, what is discrete? What is discrete numerical values? Discrete numerical values are those values which are countable, जिनको गिन सकते हैं हम, which are countable in nature. For example, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, this is countable, this is a discrete value. And continuous values are those values which are not countable, which can be represented in class intervals. For example, we can say you can record a value between 1 to 5. So between 1 to 5, I can have 1.5, 1.7, 2.8, 3.9, 4.3, 4.9, 4.9999. So we can record values between an interval, class interval, those values are said to be continuous in nature. Okay. And those who are countable, they are discrete in nature. So obviously this kind of data you put in the Excel sheet. Okay, so these are the numerical entries which we put. If we come to non-numerical or the text, I told categorical and non-categorical are the two values. If we say about categorical values, in categorical you are again having further two types. Okay, let me explore here more in another sheet. In categorical you are having further more two types. Okay, categorical, one is ordinal, another is nominal. So first of all, let's understand what is category. Sir, category means something which can be represented in a class format. For example, sir, A, B, C. So it's a category. It's a class, na? Class A, class B, class C. Sir, we can say this thing also. 0 and 1. This is binary class. True and false. Again, it's a category. Yes and no. Category. Okay, so something which can be represented in a classes, whether it's a 2 class, 3 class, or more than 3. Later we will say them, it's a binary class classification, it's a multi-class classification. We can say it later. Okay, so we are representing data in a form of classes. It's a category. So we further divided category into ordinal and nominal. What is the twist here? If we are having a class or a category in an order, then it's an ordinal category, ordinal data or ordinal category. That means, sir, kaise, how we can say ordinal? For example, if I would say the student marks, if they are getting grades, for example, a student get grade A, it is excellent. Grade B is very good. C is good. D is fair. E is poor. F means fail. So, you are having an order here. This is an order of the student grades. So, it's category, yes. We are having six categories here and it's in order. So, it's an ordinal data, ordinal category. For example, we are having rank of soldiers. We are having rank or the designation in industry and organization also. In academics also, we are having rank. We are having the chairman, then principal, then HOD, then your senior professors, and so on. So it's an order. It's an ordinal data. Okay. Yes, sir. You can ask the question. Rakesh, sir. Any doubt you can raise and you can ask. Okay. Now, so that's an ordinal data. If you don't have an order, if you're not talking about the order, then such kind of data is nominal data. So how we can represent a nominal data? Nominal data, for example, if you're talking about colors, that means red, green, blue. Again, we are having three colors, three class, but red can come before green, green can also come before red, and there is no order actually. Anyone can come any position, first, last, between. So there is no order. Red, green, blue. You can place anywhere. So if you are not talking about the order in the data, then it is said to be nominal category. Okay. So this is the classification of categorical data. Then you are available with non-categorical data. Non-categorical data is a data, something which is written in a text format, anything. Okay. Not specific, it can be any link or any text or whatever. You can say something written, for example, in the English language, something has been written. So it's a non-categorical data. According to me, this is the classification which you can see in any record, any data which has been put over the Excel sheet. And being as a data scientist or ML engineer, whatever, you have to first, what will be your goal? First step number one, data collection. Okay. If you're not collecting the data, if you are available already, no worries. It's a good thing. You are available with the data, you are working on existing data. Fine. Then, second is you have to talk about data features. What they mean? What is the of meaning of each and every feature present in the data? Step number two, you have to go through each and every feature, meaning knowledge hona chahiye. You should have a knowledge of what is this feature, kya karta hai ye, meaning of each and every feature present in the data, every dimension, every feature, every column, you should have a knowledge. After that, step number three, you should be knowing the type of entries present in it. That's what I explained right now, the type of entries अभी explain करा मैंने आपको कि numerical, non numerical, discrete, continuous, categorical, non categorical, ordinal, nominal. So you should be able to understand the type of entries present in the data. Once you have gone through all these things, once you have gone all these things, then you can prepare a rough template in your mind, or you can do some rough work from your side, that what I can do over this data. यहीं से plan तैयार हो जाएगा. Once you understand the data ना, now you can have a planning. क्या planning, sir? What planning? First thing, it will clear you that okay, what kind of problem it is. ये supervised है or it is unsupervised, पता चल जाएगा. You will be knowing that it is having a target or not target. मेरा problem statement से ये then you will be identify feature, which feature is target, which is not the target. This is also which features are not target, so you can identify x and y. ये पता चल गया आपको. Then you will be talking about कि sir, okay, once you scroll the data na, once you scroll the sheet, you will see in a just in a, by your own analysis, you see whether it is having null values or not. Types, you will identify whether it is an integer, whether it is a float, whether it is a categorical, non categorical. Now all these things now you will see what kind of values it is having your data. Okay, ये आपको पता चल जाए. आई एम नॉट डूइंग एनी कोडिंग राइट नाउ, नथिंग, मैंने कुछ करा ही नहीं. I have not done any coding right now. I am just seeing the data. I am trying to understand the data, what the data comprises of. That's what I am doing. I'm not doing any coding, nothing I'm doing. Just I'm trying to make some roadmap, what analysis I can do over the data. That's what I'm doing right now. Okay, yes, you can ask the question. Any doubts, please let me know. So nominal,
सर
categorical
एक
data
बार,
and non-categorical.
हाँ सर बस एक बार नॉमिनल बता दीजिए ना.
See nominal and okay, there are questions in yes sir, session is recorded. And nominal, categorical and non-categorical. See, okay, see, as I told, categorical data is having two types. Okay, one is your ordinal, another is nominal. Okay, that's what it is having. Fine. And in ordinal data, i am having I am having a order. Okay, order means I can represent data into I can represent data into some sequence in a format. That's what a ordinal data means. And nominal data don't have any sequence, no order. I can put any class anywhere, any place. For example, I have given you about colors thing. So red, green, and the blue. Okay, that's what I have said. Okay, so you can put this in any position. It's not any. It will not cost. For example, if you are having 0 and 1 also, binary classification. So 0 and 1 they can come in any of the position. It will not create any issue. So if the position of the classes doesn't put an impact, they can present anywhere. Okay, so such kind of data is said to be nominal data. But if the classes, the categories put an impact, okay, that means A is having the highest priority, it means excellent. B means very good. C means good. Okay, so that type of classification, it's said to be an ordinal data, because you are having an order, you are having a sequence. Okay, it doesn't means that कि sir आपको data में भी ऐसे ही put करना है. No, it doesn't means that. Okay, for example, if I am having a data set, if I am having a data set of student grades मेरे पास है. Okay, fine. For example, this is the grade column. In grade, it doesn't mean कि sir you have to put A, B, C, D, E, F. इसी sequence में you have to record the data. No, it's not mandatory. It can present anywhere. But I am talking about the meaning. I am talking about the meaning. So in case of ordinal data, every class is having a meaning. Okay, they define a proper sequence. But in case of nominal data, there is no meaning behind it. They are as no, because it is nominal. Nominal means normal. It's already normal data, normal class, normal category. They don't have any meaning specific कि उसको कोई ऑर्डर बन रहा है, उसका कुछ ऑर्डर नहीं बन रहा. You can have RGB anywhere. Red, green, blue can be present anywhere in the sheet. उसका कोई ऑर्डर नहीं होगा. See, these values can also be present anywhere in the sheet, but the point is they will uh, give some their meaning. They are having a meaning कि A excellent होता है and B is very good. But here red color होता है, green भी color होता है, blue भी color होता है. All three are color. Order नहीं है यहाँ. There is no order present. Bas, this is the difference. So the analysis of ordinal and nominal will be same. There, it will not put an impact over the analysis. But I have explained you that these are the types of categories. These are the types of categories. They will not put any impact over the analysis. Okay, their analysis will be same. Just I explained you that this is a type of data present in the sheet. Is that okay? I hope it's clear now. Fine. So this is ordinal and the nominal data. Okay, with example. Now, what I was explaining here, ordinal, nominal, fine. All right. So I was making a roadmap. After understanding the data, after understanding each and every feature, after understanding each and every type of the data present in my sheet, okay, I mentioned all these things in a rough. Okay, I mentioned everything. After that, now what happens? You can plan your analysis. Plan your analysis. How you can plan your analysis? Sir, we do not exploratory data analysis, EDA. That's what we do over the data. EDA. We perform exploratory data analysis. No? No. This is one of the step in machine learning. We are going to explore our data. This is EDA, data exploration technique. So you can have a plan right now. After seeing your data, you can plan. What plan you can make? The plan says, okay, you now understood meaning of each and every feature. You understood what are the entries present in it. ठीक है, clear हुआ. You understood कि sir, how many values are empty present in my data sheet. For example, there might be a possibility that few values will be entry, few values here in the data sheet might be null. For example, this is 1, this is 3, this is empty. 2, 2, 3, A, B, C, X, Y, this is empty. So just by seeing roughly, you can understand there are null values. So in analysis, you will say, sir, we have to fill the values with some, we have to fill it. ये हमें करना पड़ सकता है. Then okay, we will fill. करेंगे. Or there could be other possibilities also that we will see with our data set examples. Right now I'm just talking about the possibilities, simple things. Then next, what you can do in a case of analysis, you can plan that, sir, classification over the data we will do as what I explained. The classification we will do by coding. Classification will perform by coding. ये हम करेंगे, है ना. That means numerical में discrete, continuous, and categorical and non-categorical will perform the classification. Then we can perform univariate and bivariate analysis. This we can perform univariate and bivariate analysis. Univariate analysis means you are going to pick one feature and you are going to draw the plots for it. Pick one feature by one and draw plots of it. This is called as univariate analysis. Uni means one, and if you are having an idea, because you have already classified the data, so if you are having an idea, you can perform univariate analysis. For example, in numerical, you are having discrete and continuous values. For univariate analysis, you can make count plot and pie plot for discrete features. I will repeat all these things again ahead, because we will be doing the projects. I will be, you know, targeting all these things, because these are the important, components of analysis, and we will do this in a project also. But right now, I'm just preparing you all. Okay, what is data and how we are going to analyze the data and what can be done over the data. Okay, so this is the plan you have to, for each and every project, this is the plan you have to be ready. And once you know this plan, every project, you can proceed with this plan. For discrete, I can make count plot and the pie plot. For continuous features, continuous means, sir, which can be represented in a class intervals.
Sir, could you repeat this once again?
Okay, I am saying this classification of the data we have to do for each and every data set, and after doing, we have to apply this complete analysis in each and every project. That means, if you are available with the numerical values, you will classify that, okay, it is having discrete and continuous. For discrete, you have to make count plot and pie plot. Mandatory count plot and pie plot, these are the two data visualizations which are possible over discrete numerical values. For continuous numerical values which are in class intervals, you can make histogram, distoplot, distribution plot. Okay, you can make box plot, you can make volume plots. What these are, I will explain ahead. Right now, I'm just introducing the terms. No need to worry. Okay, I will introduce all these things ahead. Okay, in our projects also I will explain. Okay, meanwhile, during some visualizations also I will explain. I'm just introducing these terms, that these plots you can make. Okay, now, if you are having non-numerical data, non-numerical, and you are having categorical and non-categorical both, non-categorical both. Okay, so for categorical, you can again draw count plot and pie plot. For categorical, you can do that. Ab categorical mein, whether you are having nominal or ordinal, no worries, you can draw count plot and pie plot for both. कोई इशू नहीं है. वो तो सिर्फ अंडरस्टैंडिंग के लिए था कि ऑर्डिनल एंड नॉमिनल आर द टू टाइप्स ऑफ कैटेगरीज, उसका कोई इम्पैक्ट नहीं है यहाँ पे. You can make count plot and pie plot for both. If you are having non categorical, that means you are having text, simple text, तो इसका as such ये बेसिक प्लॉट तो नहीं बनेगा. Will not be having any basic plot for it. ऐसा तो नहीं बनेगा. Here depends what further analysis we can do over it. For example, if it is having a text which is written in a form of a statement में लिखा है इसने. Statements है my name is this, I am something. So we can count how many number of words which are present in this statement. ऐसा करके we can create a new column, and then उसके ऊपर we can make plot. ये कर सकते हैं. This is the point number 1. Second, we can make word clouds also. ये अलग NLP का टास्क है, आगे बताऊंगा मैं फर्दर. सो कोई डायरेक्ट ऐसा तो नहीं अभी कर रहे, but it we can do further analysis over non categorical or the text, and we can draw plots. We can do अभी यहाँ to be simple, अभी इतना plots we can perform over the data. Okay, so what you have done so far, you are available with the data set, you understood each and every feature in the data set, you find the meaning of each and every feature which is present in the data set, then you identified what is the type of the data, integer, float, that is numerical, non-numerical, then no, your categorical, non, whatever you identified. You checked whether there are null values present there or not. Just you seen a rough see, you have done. Then you are notifying, okay, these are the numerical features, this plot I can make. These are the non-numerical features, this plot I can make. So ये अभी एनालिसिस तक का रोड मैप पूरा तैयार है, गेट यूर रेडी टिल एनालिसिस, द कंप्लीट रोड मैप इज तैयार. अभी इसमें बाइवेरिएट एनालिसिस और होता है. So this is univariate analysis. Univariate analysis means data visualization. You are doing the univariate. You are taking only one feature by one and you are making a plot of it. In case of bivariate analysis, what you can do, you have to take two features, and you have to make a plot between them. इन दोनों के बीच में बनाना है आपको. Okay. अब इसमें भी you have to take two features. Fine. Two features. What two features are we can take? What two feature? See, in general, you can take numerical feature versus non-numerical feature. Non-numerical maybe you are going to take categorical. So numerical versus categorical, you can take the features, numerical feature versus categorical feature, and the plots which you can make by using these can be bar plot, it can be box plot, it can be volume plot. Again, please don't get just confused. I will explain all these plots. What's the importance of plots? What these plots are? Plots show data distribution. Data distribution. I will say plot, I will not say graph. These are plots. Plot means, what is plot, sir? You are having x coordinate, you are having y coordinate. So plot means I am putting point in x and y axis. For example, let's say 1 comma 2, this is a point. So plotting, I am plotting the points over the axis. This is called as a plot. That's what I am doing over the data. Okay. So यहाँ plot बोले जाते हैं. I'll not say graph, I will say plot. Technically plot. कहीं भी graph नहीं बोला. Okay, you can make a chart, pie chart. Okay, fine. Chart is okay. Plot, specially plot, pie plot, bar plot, line plot, scatter plot. Plot होते हैं, graph नहीं. I'll tell you why not graph. मैं आगे बताऊंगा. So we will say plot. Okay. So what happened? In case of numerical versus non-numerical, we'll say numerical versus categorical. We are making bar plot, box plot, and the volume plot. Volume plot. That's what we are making. Okay. So ये bivariate है. We can also have numerical versus numerical. Numerical versus numerical also we can make. Specially ये होगा continuous versus continuous. Specially बोल रहे हैं continuous versus continuous का plot होगा. And here we can make line plot and scatter plot. These two plots we can make. Now the point is, ये याद रखना है आपको. This you have to remember. This is the plan. No worries, I will repeat again and again because ये पूरा ही, this will get repeat multiple times in our project also, in our analysis also. This thing will come again and again every time. Right now I am just giving you a direction, what kind of analysis, what kind of visualizations we can do over the data. ये चलता जाएगा, continue होगा. Okay, so up now question, sir, you have told about the plots. So sir, how these plots will look, sir? You told first count a plot. So how the count plot will look? The count plot will look like this, like in a form of a bars. This is how count plot look. Sir, how will pie plot will look? Obviously, pie, that means slices. This is how pie plot will look. What these are representing, sir? Count plot will represent the count. For example, this is A, this is B, this is C. So it will tell the count of A. For example, 100, 50, 30. It will represent the count. What pi will show? Pi will show percentage distribution. So ये पूरा ये एनालिसिस में प्लॉट्स में you have to show other counts. So ultimately you have to show the data distribution. These are the ways to visualize the data, because seeing numerics is something hectic. So if we show the data na in form of a visual, so it is easy for us to understand. So this is how count plot look, this is how pie plot look. Okay, if we talk about the histogram will look like this. Okay, it will look like this. Okay, we are having bins, towers, these are called as bins. This is histogram. Dist plot will be similar to the histogram, but it will be having shaded area or the region, something like this, something like this. Okay, your dist plot will look. If we drop it like this, na, it will same as histogram. But in dist plot, na, this has not been there clear, but not clear bins are present in case of dist plot. Okay, these are the border of the bins are present. So this will be the dist plot called as distribution plot. This is how box plot will look. This is a box plot. We will be having a box here. It is also showing the distribution of the data, but it is having some meaning. I will teach ahead what it means. I will tell each and meaning of each and every plot ahead. When we'll pick some data, we'll draw it. Right now, just I'm introducing the things. And this will be the Wallin plot. Wallin plot. Something which is in the shape of a Wallin. So this will be a Wallin plot. In a Wallin shape. Again, showing distribution of the data. We can have a line plot. Obviously, line plot means line. Line plot. This is a line plot. We can have a scatter plot. Scatter means just showing the points. Scatter plot. Just showing the points. So this we will cover more in data types, and I will explain more terms related to it. Okay, just an introduction right now. Okay, then what we are having? I talked about the data, analysis of the data. So what you have done so far over the data? You told, sir, data is raw fact and figure. We have to process the data to convert into information. Okay, and right now, if we are available with the Excel sheet, this is how we can do over the data. Okay, fine. Now, information is something which we can achieve after data processing. Knowledge we can extract. Okay, that means combination of inferred information, experiences, learning, insights. We can draw the knowledge from the data. That's what we mean our machine learning models to do. Sir, you did not have to memorize. No, you have to gain knowledge from the data. That's why we say na intelligent. We say ना मशीन ये आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस, और नॉलेज नहीं होगा तो इंटेलिजेंट कहां से बनेगा वो? हाउ? विदाउट नॉलेज के तो हो ही नहीं सकता इंटेलिजेंट, तो उसको नॉलेज गेन करना है डेटा से. दैट्स व्हाई वी फीड डेटा टू द मशीन and we want it to be intelligent. So without knowledge nothing is intelligence. So data दिया, data से you cover the information and information से knowledge करो. Okay, what does it mean? See, I am getting an information के बाद knowledge का मतलब building concepts, awareness, insights, इनसाइट्स वेरी मच इंपॉर्टेंट. मशीन लर्निंग या वॉट एवर डेटा साइंस, ये डेटा इनसाइट्स को ही अंडरस्टैंड करने का तरीका है. अंडरस्टैंडिंग डेटा इनसाइट्स टू आइडेंटिफाई द पैटर्न इन द डेटा. आइडेंटिफिकेशन से नॉलेज तभी आएगा जब आप आइडेंटिफाई कर लोगे पैटर्न्स डेटा, तभी नॉलेज आएगा. ओके, दिस इज व्हाट यू हैव टू डू ओवर द डेटा. ये मीनिंग है. तो डेटा साइंस, इफ आई से व्हाट इज द डेफिनेशन ऑफ डेटा साइंस, डेटा अभी हमने समझ लिया. सो फार वी आर trying to understand data only. What does data means? That's what we are understanding. Science means exploration of the data. We want to explore data as much as possible we can. Okay, तो एक्सप्लोर करने के लिए ही, फॉर एक्सप्लोरेशन आई हैव टोल्ड यू हैव टू एनालाइज, एनालिसिस करना. और एनालिसिस कैसे करोगे? हाउ यू आर गोइंग टू डू एनालिसिस? अभी आपको आई टोल्ड कि we are going to perform visualization as one of the step of the analysis. You have to do exploratory data analysis. EDA आपको परफॉर्म करना है, डेटा को एक्सप्लोर करना. अब EDA में क्या, EDA में क्या, देयर आर फर्दर स्टेप्स होती हैं पूरी. आई विल एक्सप्लेन द स्टेप्स. फर्स्ट इज योर डेटा कलेक्शन, सेकंड इज योर डेटा प्री प्रोसेसिंग. क्यों? क्योंकि डेटा जो आपने कलेक्ट करा दैट इज इन अ रॉ फॉर्मेट, वो रफ है. यू हैव टू कन्वर्ट इट इनटू प्रॉपर फॉर्मेट. तो यही होगा डेटा प्री प्रोसेसिंग. व्हाट इज डेटा प्री प्रोसेसिंग? Converting data into a format which will help us in further analysis, that is called as data pre-processing. ये स्टेप्स होंगी इसकी. उसको मीनिंगफुल वे में कन्वर्ट तो कर लो, तभी जाके तो एनालिसिस करोगे. तो दिस इज डेटा प्री प्रोसेसिंग. अब डेटा प्री प्रोसेसिंग में इज वन ऑफ द थिंग आई टोल्ड कि यदि नल वैल्यूज हैं तो उसको फिल करना है. इफ यू आर अवेलेबल विद डुप्लीकेट वैल्यूज इन अ डेटा तो उसको डिलीट करना है. Okay, you're going to drop the duplicates, you have to fill the null values. ये प्री प्रोसेसिंग के अंदर आएगा. Okay, then when you convert your data into proper format, then you can perform EDA, exploratory data analysis. अब EDA में क्या करोगे? You will check, sir, how many rows and columns are present in my data. यानी if you are having Excel sheet, how many rows and columns present in the data, number बताओ. Tell the data type of each and every feature present in the data, ये बताओ. डेटा का डिस्क्रिप्शन बताओ, दैट मीन्स कंप्लीट स्टैटिस्टिकल एनालिसिस करके दो उसका. मीन, मीडियन, मोड, मिनिमम वैल्यू, मैक्सिमम वैल्यू, ये पूरा बताओ क्या है. ये भी ईडीए के अंदर आएगा. ओके, तो ये एक्सप्लोरेशन के स्टेप्स, डेटा एक्सप्लोरेशन. अब ईडीए के अंदर ही दे पुट डेटा विजुअलाइजेशन ऑल्सो, ये भी पुटअप कर देते हैं वो. विजुअलाइजेशंस भी बता, विजुअल्स बता दो. So I already told in data visualization you can perform univariate and bivariate analysis. This is what you can do. So you can make a plot for the features. And what kind of plot you can make over the features? I already told. If it is discrete, this plot, continuous, this plot, categorical, this plot, non-categorical, this kind of plots you can make. So you can make a plot over the data. तो ये डेटा विजुअलाइजेशन में आ जाएगा. हो गया, विजुअलाइजेशन हो गया, सारा हो गया क्लियर. Then you can identify which features or which columns are best for us to perform modeling. That means हमें यहां पर मशीन लर्निंग मॉडल होगा. what features are good for us, relevant for us, we want to put in them to get trained. अब चलिए यहां से अभी ब्रेक करते हैं. लेट्स पुट अ ब्रेक हियर. अगेन गेट बैक टू द डेटा. ठीक है. अभी मेरे पास हियर इन द नोट्स दे आर सेइंग कि सर डेटा को यू हैव टू स्प्लिट, डेटा को स्प्लिट करना. ये देयर आर मेनी थिंग्स रिटन दैट यू हैव टू स्प्लिट द डेटा. अब ये क्या है भाई स्प्लिट करना, डेटा स्प्लिटिंग? सो यू नो what is our goal? टू ट्रेन, टू ट्रेन whom, किसे, whom टू ट्रेन, सर मशीन, सर मशीन, अभी मशीन है ना, वी वांट मशीन टू, मशीन क्या है सर, व्हाट इज मशीन सर, व्हाट इज मशीन, सर मशीन सर डिवाइस सर, machine or either we can say device, we are going to train a device, डिवाइस को ट्रेन कर रहे हो, तो ये तो सर एआई वाला बात है ना, एआई आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस यही तो है, वी आर गोइंग टू मेक मशीन इंटेलिजेंट, दैट्स व्हाट वी आर डूइंग, तो डिवाइस की ट्रेनिंग है, मशीन की ट्रेनिंग, तो मशीन तो सर हार्डवेयर होता है, मशीन इज अ हार्डवेयर थिंग सर, हार्डवेयर ही होगा, सो हाउ, सो राइट नाउ ऑल्सो ना सर, आई एम टीचिंग वाया लैपटॉप, हार्डवेयर ही तो है, उस पर सॉफ्टवेयर इंस्टॉल्ड है, सो वी हैव कनेक्टेड वाया सम एप्लीकेशन, गूगल मीट एप्लीकेशन है, कनेक्ट हुए हैं, सो वी आर गोइंग टू प्रिपेयर अ मॉडल, एक मॉडल बनाएंगे हम, अब ये जो मॉडल है, दिस मॉडल, it will be trained over the data with the help of algorithms, पर ये डेटा पर ट्रेन होगा ये मॉडल, और इस मॉडल को डिप्लॉय किया जाएगा ओवर अ मशीन, तो मॉडल तो भैया मेरा सॉफ्टवेयर हो गया, दिस मॉडल विच आई एम गोइंग टू प्रिपेयर, दिस विल बी अ ट्रेंड फाइल, ट्रेंड डॉक्यूमेंट है ये, एक ट्रेंड मॉडल, एक ट्रेंड डॉक्यूमेंट, आई एम गोइंग टू डिप्लॉय दिस फाइल, दिस पैकेज ओवर सम मशीन, इसको मैं करूंगा उस पर डिप्लॉय, इंस्टॉल करूंगा उस मशीन पे, देन माय मशीन विल गोइंग टू रिस्पॉन्ड मी अकॉर्डिंग टू दैट, उसके अकॉर्डिंग डिप्लॉय हो गया और ये काम करेगा, वर्क करेगा, सो आप मशीन पर सॉफ्टवेयर इंस्टॉल करते हैं, पैकेज यू आर गोइंग टू इंस्टॉल इट, और एंड वॉट एवर बी द सिग्निफिकेंस ऑफ दैट है ना, इट विल रिस्पॉन्ड अकॉर्डिंगली, वो काम करता है। अब ये डिप्लॉयमेंट भी कई तरीके के, अब बोलेंगे कि सर हमने स्पेसिफिकली वी हैव सीन वेब डिप्लॉयमेंट, यही हमने पढ़ा है, स्पेसिफिकली वेब डिप्लॉयमेंट पढ़ा है मॉडल का, दैट वी आर गोइंग टू ट्रेन अवर मॉडल एंड वी आर गोइंग टू डिप्लॉय अवर मॉडल ओवर इंटरनेट, या लोकल मशीन पे या इंटरनेट पे डिप्लॉय कर दो, सो वी आर हैविंग अ वेबसाइट, वेब डिप्लॉयमेंट में वेबसाइट होगी, और वो सर इट विल रिस्पॉन्ड टू अस, ये ऐसा करा है। तो अभी जरूर बताऊं डिप्लॉयमेंट क्या होगा, ये मॉडल क्या होगा, एक फाइल तैयार होगी आपकी, ये मॉडल है, एक फाइल है, ट्रेंड फाइल है ये। अच्छा एक और इंपॉर्टेंट बात, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग आई वांट टू टॉक, यू आर गोइंग टू, you are going to take the data, you are going to train the model via data, with data, okay, now what is the goal here in machine learning data science, what is the goal is to, goal is to identify patterns, insights in the data, क्यों, why, सर ये है ना, ये नॉलेज, इसके लिए, if we are not extracting the knowledge from the data, ये इंटेलिजेंट नहीं आएगा, देयर विल बी नो इंटेलिजेंस विदाउट नॉलेज, so we are going to identify patterns in the data to gain the knowledge, insights, then only we will become intelligent, तो मशीन तो ट्रेन होती है डेटा पे, machine is gonna train over the data, and what they try to do is they are trying to discover knowledge from it, डिस्कवर नॉलेज, तभी उसको एआई बोला जाता है, आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस, नॉलेज डिस्कवरी फ्रॉम द डेटा, दैट इज व्हाई इट इज आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस, दैट्स द रीजन। और मैं आपको कल क्या बोला कि मशीन तो इंटेलिजेंट हो ही नहीं सकती, मशीन कब से होने लग गई, वॉट एवर बी द काइंड ऑफ डेटा यू आर गोइंग टू गिव इट, उसी पे नॉलेज गेन करेगा, उसी पर इंटेलिजेंस इट विल मेक, नो सेपरेट इंटेलिजेंस वाली बात तो है ही नहीं इसके अंदर. Whatever data you are feeding, whatever be the data over which you are going to train your model, that kind of knowledge it will discover, not apart from that. But we are humans. Okay, हमारा अलग पूरा हमारा जो वर्क है वो रियल वर्ल्ड वाला है, ये तो मशीन है. बट काम चल रहा है, वर्क इज गोइंग ऑन, एंड वी आर एक्सपेक्टिंग अ लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स एआई कैन डू, एंड इट इज डूइंग, कर भी रहा है वो. तो ये नॉलेज डिस्कवर वो स्ट्रॉन्ग बनती चली जा रही है, कंप्यूटेशन फैसिलिटीज बढ़ रही है, स्टोरेज फैसिलिटी, अल्गोरिदम्स आर गेटिंग स्मार्टर. तो नॉलेज वो गेन करता चला जा रहा है. दैट वी से इट्स एन इंटेलिजेंट. तो पूरा मशीन लर्निंग, डीप लर्निंग, एआई में वट एवर, ये काम होना है. what we have to do what we have to do data insights identification, that's what we have to do. Pattern identification, knowledge discovery, that's what we have to do in complete data science machine learning. यही करना है पूरा with different algorithms. that's the task. ये डेटा करेगा, वो कैसे करेगा, हाउ, द क्वेश्चन इज सर हाउ, कैसे करेगा वो, हाउ इट विल डू. तो देयर इज वन मोर थिंग विच इज प्रेजेंट इन माय नोट्स कि सर आप बोल रहे हैं, यू हैव टोल्ड द रोड मैप, कंप्लीट रोड मैप यू स्टार्टेड विद कि सर डेटा कलेक्ट करो, देन डेटा प्री प्रोसेसिंग वी हैव टू डू, exploratory data analysis we have to do, data visualization we have to do. After data visualization you will say, sir, we are going to perform data splitting. We are at this stage, data splitting. After visualization we have identified which features are important. Via all these steps we have identified what features are important. Now I'm going to take only those features and I'm going to split my data. Why, sir, क्यों करें split? Why to split your data? What's the reason for splitting of the data? क्यों करें? सी, रीजन ये है, you have to train your model with some part of the data, then you have to test your model with some other part of the data. That's the reason. अच्छा, कैसे? See, this is your data. This is your data. You will be dividing your data into two parts. Divide your data into two parts. One you will say training, one you will say testing. Training data and the testing data. Training data is the data by the help of which your model get trained. That means it will learn the patterns, insights. Testing data is the data by the help of which we can test our trained model. And एक बार ट्रेनिंग हो गया, then we are going to test it कि आपका ट्रेनिंग प्रॉपर हुआ है नहीं हुआ है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल वी डू द सेम थिंग ना विद द स्टूडेंट्स. We teach students for 5 to 6 months in a semester. That is called as training. And during exams, we are taking test of the students whether they have trained well or not. यही होता है. And we give the results of the students. We say कि आपको कितना मार्क्स आया, how much marks you got. तो वो रिजल्ट है. तो रिजल्ट में विल से ओके यू गॉट 80%, तो 80% एक्यूरेसी आई है आपकी. ये करते हैं. तो ट्रेनिंग एंड द टेस्टिंग. अब एक बात और है इसमें भी, ट्रेनिंग डेटा, द डेटा विद द हेल्प ऑफ विच वी आर गोइंग टू ट्रेन द मॉडल, वो हम कहते हैं इट्स अ सीन डेटा. मॉडल जानता है इसके बारे में, सीन. टेस्टिंग डेटा इज अ डेटा विच इज अनसीन. मॉडल अभी फर्स्ट टाइम फेस करेगा इसको आफ्टर ट्रेनिंग. सो ऐसा वी डोंट डू ना कि हम क्वेश्चन पेपर वी नेवर फॉरवर्ड टू द स्टूडेंट्स प्रायर. ऐसा थोड़ी ना करते हैं. वी डोंट डू दैट ना. क्वेश्चन पेपर इज अनसीन. क्वेश्चन पेपर विल बी गिवन टू द स्टूडेंट ड्यूरिंग एग्जामिनेशन ओनली, इन एग्जामिनेशन हॉल ओनली. विल नॉट गोइंग टू फॉरवर्ड द स्टूडेंट्स क्वेश्चन पेपर प्रायर. ऐसा थोड़ी ना करते. We train the students for 5 months and then during exam we'll show the question paper. We'll give the question paper to the students for the first time. That is called as a testing. तो उनको question unknown होते हैं. They don't know what is coming. बट अकॉर्डिंग टू देयर प्रिपरेशन, जो उन्होंने सीखा है, what they have learned, they are going to respond. And if they respond well, they got good marks. Good marks means highest accuracy of your model. तो टेस्टिंग है. अब इस बीच में एक बात और होती है, एक और क्लासिफिकेशन होता है ट्रेनिंग टेस्टिंग में. टेस्टिंग इज ओके, ये हो गया. इन जनरल एक बात मैं बता दा आपको ऊपर यहां कि इन जनरल वी डिवाइड अवर डेटा इनटू 80% ट्रेनिंग एंड 20% टेस्टिंग. दिस इज हाउ वी डिवाइड इन जनरल है. इट्स नॉट मैंडेटरी, मैंडेटरी नहीं है. यू कैन टेक 90-10, you can take 70-30, you can take 75-25, whatever you feel right by seeing your data, you can put. आपके हाथ में है. ये जनरल रूल है 80-20 का, 80 ट्रेनिंग 20 टेस्टिंग का. अब व्हाट हैपन, देयर इज वन मोर टाइप ऑफ द क्लासिफिकेशन ऑफ द डेटा. वो बोलते हैं कि आप वैलिड डेटा ये भी बना लो सर, वैलिड, and this is your training. Now what, ye valid, from where this valid came? See, in general you are having this complete training data, ye pura, this is complete training data you are having. 80% जो था आपका ये ट्रेनिंग डेटा. in this data, in this training data, 10% of the data you kept for validation. Again question, sir, why? ये क्यों कर दिया आपने, फर्दर स्प्लिट क्यों कर दिया, why you are keeping the valid data? I have 80% data for the training, I will train. हाँ ठीक है, कर दो, कोई इशू थोड़ी ना. You train your data with training data. But I can do further classification of the training. I can say I am having a valid data. अभी valid data क्या? See, क्या हो रहा है? During training, ध्यान देना. During training, when your model is getting trained, at this time only, during training only, if I can take a part of the data to test it, तो सर टेस्टिंग के लिए तो सर हमने अलग से रखा था, सेपरेट, 20% अलग था, सेपरेट. अब आप यहां व्हाई यू आर सेइंग हियर, तो देखो क्या होता है. सी, दिस इज सेपरेट, फाइन. वंस योर मॉडल गेट ट्रेन, आई विल यूज इट, नो वरीज. बट ड्यूरिंग ट्रेनिंग ओनली, when I put some data, when my model was going under training process, when I put some data to have a local test to check whether training is going correct or not. अब सर इसको how we can see practically, तो देखिए, you know, for example, you are taking a class and if you teach something to the students, and in a class also, no, you ask the question, okay, come on, answer what I taught, give the answer for that. So you are taking a local test, na? You are taking a local test of the students during class only, during your training only. You are asking question to the student that what you have learned. तो हाँ, main exam is something different. Main exam you will take at the last, वो बाद में लेंगे. But during class only you ask the questions to the students that what you have taught. तो वो validation होता है, to validate कि what I am teaching to the student, whether they are understanding or not, whether they are able to identify the concepts or not. That is called as validation data, valid. तो वैलिडेट करते रहते हैं भैया मेरा मॉडल इज गोइंग टू बी ट्रेन्ड करेक्टली और नॉट. दैट्स कॉल्ड एज अ वैलिडेशन डेटा. वैलिड है या नहीं है, वैलिडेट कर रहे हैं अपने मॉडल को कि इट्स ट्रेनिंग इज गेटिंग प्रॉपर और नॉट. सो इफ यू आर टीचिंग and students are not replying, they're not giving you any answer, that means there is some issue. Students are facing difficulty, problem in understanding. So this can be identified with the help of valid. Then will not wait कि हाँ सर मॉडल जब तैयार हो जाएगा कंप्लीट, उसके बाद हम उससे फाइनल टेस्ट लेंगे. भाई ऐसा वी आर नॉट गोइंग टू डू दैट. इफ ड्यूरिंग वैलिडेशन ओनली वी कैन सी हाँ इशू आ रहा है, तो यार वी कैन हैव सम चेंजेस. changes in teaching style, changes in the notes, anything we can do, कुछ कर सकते हैं हम if you face such issue. That's why we keep valid also. So you can now further आप training को further split कर सकते हो 70 10 for the validation and 20 is obviously for the testing. So it's 70 10 20. This is your splitting of the data. So in my notes now there is one point came, your type of data, how you are going to split your data. So training, testing, and the validation. Okay, so this validation data we are going to use frequently for the evaluation during the training of my model. During with the training data set, we are going to check whether the training has been going proper or not. So ये हम validate कर सकते हैं अपने model को during training. So we are having a training data, we are having validation data, we are having a testing data. So once your model got trained, then we can use testing. So अच्छा, mandatory नहीं है कि you are going to validate. It's not mandatory. Okay, we in general na, when we are using machine learning models, so we are having training only and testing only. Train and test, that's what we are doing, यही करते हैं. But when we are doing the deep learning, वहां पर हम valid बनाते हैं, validation we keep. Okay, so it's not mandatory, but fine, it's one of the classification of the data splitting. That's what we do. Okay, so ये data analysis, data splitting, classification. So once you split your data, done, then you can put your data into the model. That is your data modeling step. Data modeling, you can put your data into the model. For example, you can write model dot fit. You can fit the data into the model, x train, y train, xy, whatever. I'm just saying अभी लिख दिया बस ऐसे. For training, ये training होगा. Then you can perform testing. If everything is correct, then you can save the model. Then you can deploy the model over servers, whatever. You can do that. कर सकते हैं. Then there are further process और भी आगे. I have many things to explain. Okay, so I have explained you the different forms of data. What is data? What are the different forms of data? What kind of analysis you can do over the data? Okay, plots I have explained. Okay, and data is having the properties also. For example, what is the volume? With which volume the data is coming? That means according to the growing population, technology, the data has been increasing day by day. So this is the big data. Milliseconds, in fraction of seconds, data is growing more. Variety, different forms of data: image, text, audio, video. There are various forms of data. Velocity, with which rate data is coming. What is the speed, rate of data streaming? Right now we are having 5G, 6G. This is how we are going to stream the data. Value, that means meaningfulness of the data. Meaningful, value means meaning of the data, how much quality it is, meaningful it is. Veracity, certainty and correctness in the data. That is called as veracity. Certainty and correctness in the data. Viability, that means the ability of the data to be used and integrated into different systems of the process. Security, to protect the data from unauthorized access. Privacy. So these are the properties of the data which we perform. Accessibility, whether it is accessible or not. That means whether you are keeping some part private, some part public, whatever. Accessibility. Integrity, that means accuracy and the completeness of the data. That means if I say A, B, C, this is the order of the data, so you should have the same order while you access the data. This will maintain the integrity of the data. It should not like that if you are accessing the data you are getting only A and B and C is gone. No. Integrity means order, uniformity in the data. Usability, the ease of use and interpretability of the data for the end users. Okay, what kind of task you need to perform over the data now? So this is usability. Okay, And you very well know we started with the bits 0 1, then we converted into nibble. Nibble means 4 bits combination. Then we are having a byte, that is 8-bit combination. Then we are having kilobyte, megabyte, gigabyte. Okay, gigabyte. Then we are having zettabytes, 10 to the power 21. तो डेटा तो कंटिन्यूसली ग्रो कर रहा है, कंटिन्यूसली इंक्रीजिंग विद अ रैपिड पेस, non stoppable. That's why I told data is a treasure. And we are doing the analysis of the data. And after doing the analysis, we can draw the knowledge from the data. And once you draw the knowledge from the data, you can knowledge किसके जिसके पास है वही तो गेम चेंजर है, वो जिसके पास नॉलेज है वो रूल करेगा, बिकॉज नॉलेज रूल इंटेलिजेंट. So this is how we can do over the data. All right, fine. So as per my today's lecture, this is the introduction of the data in data science and in machine learning. Okay, it's a general talk which we should know about the data. And obviously here, though it's general, but I mentioned very important points over the data, and we are going to use this in our analysis. Okay, fine. All right, so let me stop the recording here.